Imagine a moment where everything around you becomes still. Your thoughts, often so noisy and chaotic, begin to quiet down, and in their place, you find a sense of calm that feels like a deep, refreshing breath. In this stillness, you start to realize that there's something more profound beneath the surface of your mind, something beyond the constant chatter and distractions of everyday life. This is the doorway to enlightenment, a state of awakening, a shift in perception that reveals a deeper truth about yourself and the world around you. And one of the most powerful tools to reach this state is meditation. Meditation isn't just about sitting still or clearing your mind. It's a journey inward. Imagine your mind as a vast ocean. On the surface, there are waves, thoughts, emotions, worries, and plans, constantly rising and falling. Most of us spend our entire lives on this surface, caught in the turbulence of these waves. But meditation invites us to dive deeper, beneath the waves, into the calm, clear waters below. In these depths, we find a space untouched by the chaos above, a space where clarity and insight reside. This is where enlightenment begins, in the depths of our own consciousness. Many people think enlightenment is some far-off, mystical experience reserved only for monks or sages. But in reality, it's a state of awareness available to anyone willing to explore their own mind. Enlightenment is not an escape from reality, but a deeper understanding of it. It's a recognition that much of what we think is true about ourselves, others, and the world is shaped by our habitual patterns of thinking and feeling. These patterns often lead to suffering, stress, and dissatisfaction because we get caught up in our judgments, fears, and desires. Meditation helps us break free from these patterns, revealing a clearer, more direct experience of life as it truly is. Think of the mind as a mirror. Over time, this mirror gets covered with dust in the form of preconceived notions, past experiences, and ingrained habits. We often see the world through this dusty mirror, with our perceptions clouded by these layers. Meditation is the process of wiping this dust away. It allows us to see ourselves and the world more clearly, without distortion. With each moment of focused awareness, each breath, each return to the present moment, we are polishing that mirror. Gradually, we start to see more clearly, and in this clarity, we begin to experience moments of enlightenment, glimpses of a reality beyond our ordinary perceptions. In meditation, we learn to be present, to focus on what is happening right here, right now. When you sit in meditation, you may begin by focusing on something simple, like your breath. At first, this might seem mundane, but as you continue, you start to notice subtle things. The coolness of the air as you breathe in, the warmth as you breathe out, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. This simple act of paying attention begins to sharpen your mind, to make it more aware. As your awareness grows, you start to notice how your mind works, how it jumps from thought to thought, how emotions arise and pass away. You begin to see patterns that were previously hidden, the automatic reactions, the stories you tell yourself, and in seeing these patterns, you begin to free yourself from them. This freedom is crucial because it's the heart of enlightenment. It's not about having a perfect, blissful state all the time. It's about understanding the nature of your own mind. It's about realizing that much of your suffering is self-created, a result of how you interpret and react to the world around you. Through meditation, you learn to observe your thoughts and emotions without getting entangled in them. You begin to see them for what they are, passing phenomena, not absolute truths. This insight creates a profound shift. Instead of being tossed around by every emotion or thought, you start to experience a stable center, a place within you that remains calm and peaceful amidst the storm. But meditation isn't just about sitting in silence. It's also about cultivating certain qualities of the mind: kindness, compassion, patience, and wisdom. As you meditate, you learn to be gentle with yourself, to approach your mind with curiosity rather than judgment. You learn to be patient with your thoughts, understanding that they are just part of the human experience. This compassionate awareness extends beyond yourself too. As you become more aware of your own mind, you begin to understand others better. You see that everyone is caught in their own patterns of thought and feeling. Everyone is dealing with their own suffering. This understanding fosters compassion, a key component of enlightenment. Enlightenment is often described as a state of awakening, but what does that mean? It means waking up from the illusion that you are separate from the world around you. It means realizing that your sense of self, this idea of who you are, is just that, an idea, a construct of the mind. Through meditation, you begin to see beyond this construct. You start to experience a sense of connectedness, a realization that you are part of something much larger than yourself. This realization can be profoundly liberating because it dissolves the boundaries that create fear, anxiety, and loneliness. It opens you up to a sense of peace, joy, and love that is not dependent on external circumstances. As you continue to meditate, you may experience moments of profound clarity and insight. These are glimpses of enlightenment, moments where the mind is perfectly still and the nature of reality is seen with crystal clarity. In these moments, you realize that you are not your thoughts, not your emotions, not your experiences. You are the awareness that witnesses all these things. And in this realization, there is a deep, abiding peace. However, enlightenment is not just a momentary experience. It's a continuous process, a journey rather than a destination. Meditation is the practice that supports this journey. It's like planting a seed. With consistent effort and patience, this seed begins to grow, to blossom into greater awareness, understanding, and compassion. The more you meditate, the more you nurture this seed, the more moments of clarity and insight you will experience. And gradually, these moments begin to string together, forming a new way of being, a new way of seeing the world. As we walk this path, we realize that the journey toward enlightenment is not just about sitting in meditation, but also about bringing this mindful awareness into our daily lives. It's about being fully present in each moment, whether we are eating, walking, or speaking with someone. When we live this way, every experience becomes an opportunity for deeper understanding, for growth, for seeing beyond the illusions that typically cloud our vision. We start to notice how our mind reacts to different situations, how we can choose to respond with kindness and understanding instead of anger or frustration. Every moment becomes a chance to practice, to come back to the present, to that still, clear space within us. Meditation helps us to see that enlightenment is not about reaching some perfect state where problems no longer exist. Rather, it's about transforming our relationship with those problems. It's about finding peace amidst the chaos, about learning to flow with the natural rhythms of life rather than resisting them. Through meditation, we learn to accept what is, to embrace each moment with an open heart and mind. We see that true freedom comes not from changing our external circumstances, but from changing how we perceive and respond to those circumstances. Ultimately, meditation teaches us that enlightenment is not something outside of ourselves. It's a state of being that's always available to us, right here, right now. It's about living with a mind that is open, aware, and free from the illusions that cause suffering. It's about seeing things as they truly are, not as we wish them to be. And in this seeing, there is a profound sense of peace, a deep, unshakable happiness that comes from within. So the next time you sit down to meditate, remember that you are not just sitting in silence. You are embarking on a journey to discover your true self, to awaken to a deeper understanding of reality. You are taking the first steps towards enlightenment, towards a state of being where peace, joy, and compassion are not just fleeting moments, but the very essence of who you are. This journey may not always be easy, but it is undoubtedly one of the most rewarding paths you can take. And the best part? It all begins with a single breath.